Hello, Pally. I'm Marva Greenleaf, Young Love After 50. Today, we are discovering the farm sanctuary here in Acton, California, where rescued animals are brought in and given a quality of life that they deserve, each and every one of us deserve. Come along with us. We have much to discover. Discovery is my favorite word, and we're here at the Farm Sanctuary in Acton, discovering what makes this little organization tick. And Cameron Osteen is with me. Thank you, Cameron.
My pleasure.
For being a part of this. You know, it's the generosity of spirit more than anything, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It is. So, would you give us a little overview of the Farm Sanctuary?
Sure. So Farm Sanctuary is a national organization. It was founded in 1986 in Watkins Glen, New York. And the purpose of Farm Sanctuary as an organization is to rescue and rehabilitate farmed animals that have been abused or neglected, abandoned. They come from all different places. Some of them come directly from factory farms. Some of them are from smaller farms or just found through shelters. And we bring them in and get them back to health. And then the other thing we do is that we also advocate for them. So there's not a lot of legal protections for farmed animals, and there's also not a lot of awareness about how the food comes to our plate, and especially in our culture. So one of the things that Farm Sanctuary does is we do a lot of vegan advocacy and legal work and trying to better welfare for farmed animals. And one of the ways that we do that is that we host tours here during the spring through fall, and people can come and connect with farm animals because it's, being in the Antelope Valley, we're still isolated from farm animals. Like, most people have never met a chicken, let alone been up close and personal with cattle,
or have a conversation with them.
Yeah,
exactly. And just the aromas that come with a farm. So wear your boots when you come on a tour. That's for
sure.
certain. You're going to want to wear your boots because you'll be in it. Mm-hmm. And all of these animals, from goats, chickens, cattle, horses, pigs, all that would typically end up on an American plate.
Correct.
And then these animals are given consideration, dignity, respect, and then educating us two-legged of how we can do a better job.
Indeed. And it's really about connecting with each individual and starting to see all of the animals as individuals, and getting to know the personalities. It's one thing that I'm a caregiver here, so my typical day is feeding, cleaning, any medications or health treatments that need to be done. That's what I'm doing for my work here. Mm-hmm.
And knowing each of them by name.
And also that's a big thing. Everybody here has a name. We have 128 residents, and all of them have a name. So, especially the chickens, I pretty much know all of them, just by sight, even the ones that look a little similar. And that's a big thing, is that, they are worthy of having that consideration and, being treated as individuals. We call her Demi for short. So she was actually found at the Getty Villa in Malibu. Some of the animal control officers pulled her. So if you can look at her beak, that is not what a chicken beak should look like. She has been debeaked, and that's a process that pretty much all industry chickens endure that are in the egg industry. So that's how we know where she originally came from. They do that because they keep them in such tight confines that they actually can peck each other to death. They get so bored and they go crazy. So they cut their beaks, and it's not like trimming a fingernail. It'd actually be like taking your nose off, because their sensations, they explore with their beak. There's a lot of nerve endings in there, so it's very painful. In fact, when they come in with any kind of debeaking like that, we always really watch them to make sure that they're eating well and can get the food they need. And luckily for Demeter, she's doing fabulously, and she's super social. It's really amazing personality-wise that a lot of the hens that come from these factory farms are often very scared of people. They've never known anything except a wire cage and an automated facility. And so when they come to any sanctuary, like Farm Sanctuary, they get to know sunshine and dust bathing. They don't use water to bathe. They use dirt. And actually, that's how they clean themselves. So it's amazing to get to see them go through all of those new things. And so when she came, she wasn't skittish of us at all. It was really amazing. And she's usually one of the stars of tours. She's very much likes to interact with people. Like it's, their personalities vary from those who are really extroverted and like want attention and come up to you and are very vocal, to others who don't want to have anything to do with us and are as far from us as they can be and just want to do their own thing. And so it runs the gamut, and it's really amazing to see that within every species that's the case. Like there's goats that we have that do not like people. In fact, one of our most inappropriately named sheep is named Snuggles, and she does not want to be touched. She is not snuggly at all. But then we have Violet, who was born here and will come up and like paw at you if you're not petting her because she wants attention. So it's we see that with everybody.
Yeah, and it's the subtle respect, of showing up in the way that the other can receive. And a lot of times there's a lot of heart space in there with the animals, and it grows us so good, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, talk about purpose. And is this a paid position for you?
Mine is, yes. So we have a lot of people that volunteer. We actually have a really amazing volunteer program where people can come. Usually it's the second Saturday of every month. People can sign up ahead of time and then come, and we show them kind of the ropes and how not to get stepped on and all that kind of good stuff. And then they helped us. Like we really do rely, especially on our interns who come and stay with us for like a month or 3 months even. They do a lot of work in just keeping the barns clean, and helping us with health checks, and helping us with just daily feedings.
Oh, it's a community. It's a vibrant, living, contributing community, which is such a blessing in any area of the globe.
Yeah.
Such a blessing to know how to coexist, because we're all part of this food chain. And then as human beings, I believe we're like the shepherds, or the ones that are really looking out for the greater good.
Right.
Ideally, in a human being, we're looking out for the greater good above our own selfless interests.
And that's what's amazing about having the intern program here, is that it's not only like really amazing and helpful for us getting all the work done, but also the animals. But it's also amazing for the people who come, because again, like it's one more way that people can connect with farm animals other than on their plate and be in that community, because that's what we do create here. Is we do a lot of activities with the interns. There's a weekly lunch that is prepped for them, and a lot of like information that's shared, and then just connecting with people who have that same awareness of wanting to know more about these guys and learning about all of the residents here.
Education. We know that education is empowering all by itself, just to educate one another. And then hands-on experience, it just doesn't get any better again than the aromas and the sounds around us. So, how would we, I'm assuming that Farm Sanctuary could use donations, volunteers. How would anyone out there in the big wide world be able to reach the Farm Sanctuary?
The easiest way is to start by visiting the website, which is www.farmsanctuary.org. And what's really amazing about our website, it has wonderful pictures, and Farm Sanctuary operates 3 separate shelters. So ours is actually the smallest. We're 26 acres here. There's one in Northern California, which is about 300, and then the original one in Watkins Glen, New York, is about 175. So there'll be pictures of all the residents and all the different land. The New York one, if you see grass in the picture, that's New York.
That's New York.
Not us.
It's not the desert.
Yeah, not the high desert. But on the website, it has all the information about, if you're interested in volunteering or interning or visiting, usually we do shut down in the winters, just gives us a chance to make repairs and, just get caught up on all sorts of stuff. So our location will be reopening for tours in April, and we do those every Sunday at 11, 1, and 3. So that'll be I think the first week of April, and all that information will be on the website also.
That's awesome, Cameron. So from one who loves to watch you shine, just keeping the good going. That's my joy and delight as I move about, the Antelope Valley, the greater Antelope Valley and beyond, is just discovering all the good, because the mutual feed of our great energies that we give to one another as we're moving through the planet. So, check out the Farm Sanctuary. We have one of our own here in Acton, Cameron Osteen. Get to know him as well. And you're known by the company you keep. So discover chickens and goats and pigs and cows that are worthy of our best care, aren't they, Cameron?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And keep up the great work, my dear.
Thank you.
Okay.